All of the passengers on the plane are seated and ready for takeoff. The pilot and co-pilot are late, and the passengers and crew are getting frustrated. A couple of minutes go by, and suddenly the co-pilot boards and is wearing dark glasses while waving around a mobility cane. He clumsily makes his way to the co-pilot's seat. The passengers feel uneasy. A couple more minutes go by, and the pilot finally makes his way into the plane and is also waving around a mobility cane. He also clumsily makes his way into the pilot's seat. One of the passengers asks one of the flight attendants if the co-pilot and pilot are blind. Yes, they are blind, but they are one of the best pilots and co-pilots we have. Even with that answer, the passengers still feel uneasy. The plane is on the runway and starts rolling forward. It's picking up speed fast, but after 20 seconds, the plane still hasn't lifted off the ground. The passengers feel it's been too long, and they look out the windows. They see that the runway is running out, and they haven't lifted off the ground. The passengers collectively let out a scream, and the plane manages to finally take off and starts to gain altitude. The pilot and co-pilot turn towards each other, and the co-pilot says, "All of these years flying together, imagine if no one ever screamed. We'd be A woman stormed up to the front desk of the library and said, "I have a complaint." "Yes, ma'am? I borrowed a book last week, and it was horrible." "What was wrong with it?" "It had way too many characters, and there was no plot whatsoever." The librarian nodded and said, "Ah. So you must be the person who took our phone book." Two guys were working at the airport when a foreigner walked up to them. He asked them in Spanish where the luggage pickup was. Neither could understand him, so they raised their hands and shook their heads that they didn't understand. He asked again, in German. Again, the two workers did not understand him. He tried in Polish and then again in French, but both times, the employees couldn't understand him. He walked away, trying to find someone else who could help him. One guy turned to the other guy and said, "You know, maybe we should learn a second language." "Why would you want to do that?" replied the other guy. "It would help out in situations like the one we just had." "What good would knowing a second language be?" That guy knew 4, and it didn't help him any.
If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, come on. Subscribe now, don't miss our latest video uploads.